bad start. This is not for you. This is for me. This is for me to chronicle or record or whatever you want to say. Just organize myself, organize my thoughts, say something, anything. I'm just tired of doing nothing but consume all day. I wanted to do something with the thoughts in my head. So I figured I'd just boot up OBS and talk to myself while I game. And if you want to hang out with me, that's fine. If you don't, please go spend your time doing something useful, unlike me. I don't know. I'll probably do that a lot. Just trip over my words. I'm not the best at talking or recording, and you probably aren't too, and that's fine. Just wanted to find something to do with myself, find an outlet. And I'm sure you feel the same with the way things are right now, and the way things probably still are by the time you're watching this. So, I guess I'll just talk to myself occasionally. You can leave me on in the background, or you can go consume something else, whatever makes you happy. Sure, that's all that's important nowadays. It's just sate your appetite about whatever. I probably come off as a nihilist or someone who just doesn't care, which is in part true, but I just am very picky about what I care about, if that makes any sense. I like to be efficient, you know? I like to get the most out of the least effort possible, which I guess is kind of why I'm playing GregTech New Horizons right now. If you don't know, this is like, it's a mod pack where it's going to take you 3,000 hours to complete, but that's okay, because it's not about the end, it's about the ride and taking your time, taking things at your own pace, setting your own goals and achieving them. It's not about the end, it's about what you do in the middle, which I guess is kind of indicative of life itself. Not indicative, but like reminiscent or reflective, that's the word. I feel like a lot of things are just like mirrors or analogies. Like obviously there's stories which are intended to be analogies or allegories for something or another and are meant to be taken that way, but if you look at things, a lot of stuff is just sorry, very close to, not very close, a lot of stuff can just be directly compared with real life, and conclusions and lessons can be learned, conclusions can be drawn. I think that's a great way to look at things, is that everything is trying to teach you a lesson, everything's trying to help you learn, and if you think that way, you'll learn that way too. You won't be wasting your time on stuff that doesn't matter. I haven't decided if I'm going to commentate on the gameplay at all. I feel like that would detract from the whole purpose of this, to talk to myself, find an outlet. And I guess gaming has been an outlet for that for so long that I don't really know kind of what else I can do. I mean, I want to do something different. I want to change. I want to be something, anything else. I want to be special. What a lot of media is. Imagine that you're special. Imagine that you're someone worth caring about. At the end of the day, you're not really worth it at all. Well, that's a bad way to put it. You are worth it. It's just, what are you worth? If that makes any sense at all. I don't know how much longer, or if I'll continue this or whatever. I might just record my sessions and make this like a diary of sorts, or a chronicle, something to look back on in 20 years and cringe at my voice or my outlook on life or any other millions of things that you could hate about yourself. But that's okay, because hating yourself is, well, that's not okay, but hating what you were is more of proof that you've grown, proof that you're someone more, someone greater than you were before. And I guess that's my outlook in a sentence: be more than you were before. Or at least that's how I treat a lot of stuff. I just want to be better, a better person, a better friend. It's really easy to get caught up in the what ifs and the hows and the intricacies of everything. And I think I'm probably giving off the impression that that's the cycle that I'm stuck in. But I'm not. I don't hate myself or hate anyone really. I don't think that's worth my time. This isn't supposed to make sense. This is supposed to be me talking, which I guess is why I titled this video, "This Isn't For You." This is for me. I guess I'm just gonna talk to myself, like I always do, just in my head, but out loud this time. It's just confusing, man. Guess I should talk a little about myself. Maybe, I don't know, if you're even still listening. Which, if you are, I appreciate that. Even if I'll never know you or see you. Or even video titled "This Isn't For You" looked interesting and decided to watch, and then realized that it actually just wasn't for you, and then kept watching anyways. Strange, isn't it? How we treat people on the internet that we'll never see. If there's one thing that I hate, it's consumer culture. And that goes beyond just buying stuff for the sake of buying things. It bleeds into how we act, what we decide to do, how we treat each other. A lot of people see things marketed as consumable, or like things like fast fashion, and it just subconsciously extrapolates into the rest of their lives, and it's so easy to let things take over, to let anything just subtly influence you, which I guess is the point. The trillions of dollars that marketing has received, advertising, I would be shocked if they didn't know how to influence people on a subconscious level, at least a little bit. It takes a lot, you know? Just to do anything, feel anything. It takes so much effort to be alive. And I think that's the crux of the problem. I say the problem like you're in my head and you know what the hell I'm talking about. But it just takes any effort to do anything is the core of why things are still the way they are. Humans are a bit like a mountain. Ideas and thoughts and dreams and visions and hopes and love and everything in between starts at the top, or the source of a river at the top of a mountain, and it just trickles down, and over your life it shapes and forms you, who you are, who you become. And over time you form like valleys and crevices and places, habits. It's like your habits and your mannerisms and the little ticks that make you you are like the little divots and dents in a mountain. The stuff that is hard to change. And I say all this because it's kind of the correlation that I'm trying to make, is that it's difficult once you have those valleys formed, once you have the paths that the rainwater likes to take. It's really hard to take a different path. It's hard to be something more. And I guess that's what I want to be, is something more. And it's hard. It's really hard. And that's not just me saying it. If it was easy, we would be a galaxy-faring civilization by now. If it was easy, if some couch potato could just get up and invent a rocket because he felt like it, because it was easy, we wouldn't be where we are right now. We wouldn't be anywhere close to what we have. If things were easy, that would be a different world. But it's hard. Lots of things are so difficult. And it's easy to just collapse, give up in the face of something like that. But you haven't. I don't know if you're still listening. But you haven't given up. I haven't given up. And it's so important. Thanks for still being here. If you're even bothering to actively listen to me ramble on. I appreciate it. Shows that you're at least a little bit better, more. I'll just record the rest of my session and then upload whatever I have to YouTube later. If someone will even. It doesn't matter that anyone will or won't watch this. It's not for them. This is for me. To say something, know that I mean something. But that's not what's going to get me there. It's not gonna get you there too. It won't get you there either, will it? I don't even know what I'm saying. Doesn't matter though. It's not for you. It's for me. Let's get my thoughts out there. Out of my head. Because it's never not been in my head. Probably help to have game sounds on if you're gonna put this on in the background. Feels pretty good to just freely speak my mind. I don't have to worry about what someone will think if I'm venting or how it might affect them. Just talking to myself, because when the only people listening is probably never see me again or hear me again. And it's okay. I don't really want or feel like meeting anybody who would be watching something like this. Or actually, if you're still actively watching something like this, then you're probably... There's a lot of subtle things that we do that tell a lot about our character, and being able to just sit there and actively listen and watch some guy playing fucking Minecraft is not a thing that you see people do often nowadays. It's not interesting or fun or brain tickling like something like a YouTube Shorts or otherwise. That's another thing I hate, short form content. I was trapped by it for a decent while myself, and I just got fed up with feeling like crap every day, day in, day out. Not even being able to remember what I had for breakfast the day before, or what I did that afternoon, or what happened at all. And it's still like that pretty often, but it's better now. Or at least it's getting there. I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. I might seem like a nihilist, but honestly couldn't be further from the truth. Oh. I should probably make sure I know the definition of nihilist before I say anything. Nihilism is a belief that all values are baseless and that nothing can be known or communicated. That is not it. Well, I don't believe that nothing matters or everything is pointless. I believe that everything that we do is pointless. Because how could anything that we do have a point? Even if for some galaxy reshaping super civilization still doesn't have a point. It's just doing what we want because we want to do it. And that's okay. I should probably clarify, when I say that nothing we do has a purpose, nothing we do has a purpose. Everything we do has a purpose, if that makes any sense at all. doesn't. Everything, all my thoughts make sense in my head, but never, when I try to articulate them, do they ever make any sense at all. It has all the context right there, and I don't need to articulate it. I just understand. It's my mind. And my mind understands me, and I understand my mind. Okay. So much, just all the time. Guess that's kind of the point, isn't it? We're always too overwhelmed with things to make any kind of meaningful changes. Be negatively affected, e.g. giant corporations, well, and that wouldn't be good for them, because then they would lose shareholder value. If you still care, you'll probably find out soon that I don't like corporations very much. I should probably talk about recent events, I guess. So, a couple weeks ago, a guy named Luigi Mangione killed the United Healthcare CEO, who I'm not going to give the real name of because he doesn't deserve it, because he's not really a person. And that's been said ad nauseum. Murder bad, but the CEO is worse. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. That man is a serial killer, and I am happy that he died. Because now, things are finally starting to change. Things are finally doing anything that isn't what it has been for the last 40 years. like my opinion on that matters, because I've not been on this planet for that long, as you can probably tell. My teenage hopelessness and squeaky voice that I don't like. But either way, really what I'm trying to say is class consciousness is becoming a thing, and people are realizing that it's not about the guy down the street who voted for the quote-unquote wrong candidate or small-time main shit that doesn't matter. It's about the guys who give those politicians billions of dollars to run so that they can have them in their pocket because they agree with that candidate's policies. And basically what I'm trying to say is that the government's corrupt as hell. People are starting to realize that the government being corrupt is the thing that you should be mad about, and not the people who vote for the other corrupt candidate. I find myself kind of, I don't want to say woke or enlightened or any of the bullshit like that. I could go on a whole tangent about how much I hate how the word woke has been transmogrified into something of a buzzword that just means, ooh, you don't agree with us or whatever. But I hate both sides of the political spectrum. If you think about it, the right is just an echo chamber of bigotry and hatred and being too scared of what could happen and never try and make a change. Too scared to change anything because what you have right now is comfortable enough. What I mean by people. Left is just a circle jerk of people doing the bare minimum to convince themselves that they're good people when they're not. None of us are good people. That's not to say I don't have any political leaning whatsoever. I consider myself much more in favor of left-leaning policy, just because that is... I don't think that... Yeah, I probably shouldn't say much more, because it's not really important. I just find leftist policy is more agreeable, let's just leave it at that. I hate the whole us versus them discussion, no matter where you stand, and discussing my own political beliefs is kind of running counterintuitive to every point I just tried to make, so I won't. That is all to say, I'm glad people are finally realizing that it's not your neighbor that's the enemy, it's the corporations. And saying that feels like, ooh, it's the corporations, but it feels like that's a thought that's been planted to be like, yeah, okay, buddy, the corporations. It's just been subtly planted, and it's affecting me right now just talking about this. But like, media over the years has been like, conspiracy? Yeah, right, buddy. Go something else, or this is what I'm trying. That scared me. What I'm trying to get better at is articulating the thoughts that I have in my head. The stuff that just never goes away. I kind of said that earlier, but I forgot what I was talking about. I'll probably remember when I'm checking over the video file later, but that's fine. I'm so tired all of the time. Should clarify again, this isn't for you, this isn't trying to get any pity or any of that bullshit. I'm trying to say what's in my head. Maybe if someone hears it, that'll be enough. So tired. I guess this is just gonna end up being one of those things that you find every now and again. Those channels that just videos, but nothing else. No following, no community, just posting stuff not for people to see but for themselves. Which I've said before, but is the whole point of this. Need to talk about anything, talk to someone else that isn't the guy in my head, or the other guy in my head. I don't know why, but I can't see myself desire to create, be more than the empty shell. shill we all are. Because if you haven't realized it, then just keep being happy, I guess. One thing I'm going to have to learn when making this is not to keep my thoughts to myself. The point of this is to get them out. I just have doubts in my head. What do you think you are? What are you doing this for? And I just keep it in, and I don't say anything because people are gonna watch this. People will be watching this, and you can't let them hear your doubts or your fears or anything else. What will they think of you? Say, fuck that. I'm so tired of it. to myself, should I try and make conversation or something? Like, do you like music? What kind of music do you like? I listen to, can you guess it? Punk rock. And I've got their song stuck in my head right now, and it's called Kitty Sucker by Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. It's pretty good. Just give it a listen. And just got the lyrics stuck in my head. Thinking to myself, should I make conversation? Do you like to listen to punk rock? We should be friends. Or some bullshit like that. Either way, I have punk rock stuck in my head, so well, I don't even really know if it's punk rock or not. I just say that because I'm trying to be relatable or something. Don't know why. I don't need you to like me. This isn't for you. It's for me. Which I suppose is a lesson I want everyone to walk away with or have in their head. Other people really don't matter. You go to bed with one person for the rest of your life, and you wake up with one person for the rest of your life. And that's yourself. So why the fuck does anybody else matter? Or, I should clarify. Don't be an ass, don't treat other people like shit. Be good to other people. But at the end of the day, prioritize your opinion of yourself. Be someone that you can go to sleep and love. Only after that can you truly care about other people. Maybe you'll be someone too. Maybe you'll just be someone. That's the most I can hope for you. Is that you'll be someone who's something in your life. That's all anyone can hope for, really. Do something with yourself. Say that, but I just went on a tangent about how hard it is, and that's why we're only human at the end of the day. Because it's hard to be someone so hard. And I guess it's what we all strive for at the end of the day, isn't it? To be someone. At least that's what I hope you'll do. I'm not sad by any means. I just find it hard to care some days. Find it hard to care about things that don't matter. Which I'm fine with. I am perfectly happy to save my energy for things that will actually matter. But when the time actually comes to do things that actually matter or are worth something more than sitting in my room all day and accomplishing nothing, just do nothing. I am technically officially diagnosed with ADHD, but I refuse to let that be a crutch. I refuse to make that an excuse. I learned that very young, and it's a lesson that I'm very grateful for. It's not to let that be an excuse. Don't sell yourself short. Don't make it easy to be anything less than you can be. You have to fight. You have to fight so hard to be something else. I keep finding myself having thoughts. So the whole point of this is to speak what's in my mind. I keep having thoughts of like, that's what I was looking for. Like, engage, talk to them, be entertaining, be a personality. Said it before, it's not what I'm here to do. I'm here for me. And you're here for whatever reason. Maybe you want to hear what I have to say, or think you'll get some kind of value out of this, or you just need something to put on in the background. Whatever the case may be. Not trying to make conversation with anyone or make you feel like you're my friend or have some kind of social relationship with you. That is creepy as all hell. But I can't help like subconsciously be like, be more entertaining, be more anything. And I have to keep myself in check. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here for me. I'm here to say something. Say anything. Just Roblox username when I was like 6. It said that Pirate Johnny Boy would be so good. Because my real name was taken, and Johnny Boy was taken. So I put Pirate in front of it. That's the username I use for everything, so it's probably pretty easy to trace this back to me. Just look for me on YouTube if you know me, and then you'll find this. And it's the same thoughts over and over that keep cycling through my mind. Don't stop. It just doesn't stop. Never does. Even in those quiet moments between, the clouds will never stop turning. The mind will never stop scheming for its next devious trick on you. Did I mention I didn't like my voice? I'm listening to it now as my throat starts to get itchy because I don't really talk this long for no reason. Just don't like it. Scratchy or squeaky or too much of anything. And I've accepted that that's fine before. Not at least with it. I can't help but most accurate picture of my brain. A wheel that never stops turning. A hamster that will never die of exhaustion. With an incredible curiosity and drive to keep running. But nowhere to run to, nothing to run for. Just run, little hamster. Until you die. I should clarify, I'm not sad or depressed by any means. I've just come to accept the realities of life. I guess it's hard not to seem sad or nihilistic about any of that. But I guess I'm just here, so I am. I'm hiding it from not you, it's not meant for you. None of this is meant for you. It's meant for me. But at the same time, don't need any. Or I just refuse to take any. It's probably the ego talking. I have a lot of things to say to that guy. That ego. But you ever just want to smash your head into your keyboard or throw something out the window? Just smash it up just to feel something. So that's me right now. Said I liked punk rock earlier. I think it's more accurate to say I like indie and alt as opposed to punk. My favorite band it's too hot. My favorite band is, I hate the term underground, but they're relatively small. Band called Friday Pilots Club. They got really good stuff. Check them out. Saw them live a couple months back and they were fantastic. I you're still here, why you have much better things to do than listen to a guy talk to himself. And if you are still here, then that says a lot about you, I guess. If that's something you care about, which I hope you do. I hope you care about yourself. Because as I said earlier, you're the only one you've got. You're the only you you've got. Which was a little piece of advice that I received, which is really what helped me not get over my voice, but I guess come to terms with it. There's a lot I need to come to terms with. I say that, but I've come to terms with almost everything already. But there's a difference between coming to terms with things and coming to terms with things, if that makes any sense. I just want to not have to try. Which is a desire that has bled into so many parts of my life, where I never become who I truly could, just because I have to put in the bare minimum amount of effort that I never end up doing. And I always become just a floater, decently talented, but none of the development to actually go anywhere. It's enough to float, but not much else. Shit. It is 11:38 at night currently. And I haven't done my Duolingo, so I'm doing that now. Yippee. I did it. And now I got an ad for Township. Whoa. I must participate in capitalism. I must participate in capitalism. Eight 98-day streak. Well, we. Okay. I will be right back. I'm back. Pissing always feels nice. if I'll cut out all the bits between of just nothing. My voice won't stop cracking. Who the fuck are you, asshole? Getting close to being done. I've said what I needed to say. For now, at least. When I need to get stuff off again, I guess I'll return to wherever here is. Not that it matters to you. But if you want to hang out again, don't be afraid to stop by.